to a brand new video from me, Pickles Parker Reviews. Now today I'm going to be doing a video which I kind of put off for a while. I didn't really want to do it. Now this was the period when I kind of lacked inspiration to make videos, but now I've got back into a swing with videos. I'm one video into this new kind of era, if you like, on the channel. And I felt that I needed to do this video, mainly because it's only about a week away from Julie Whittaker's first episode as the Doctor. So if I didn't do this video now, I was never going to do it. And also, you know, this video is going to be about the promotional material being released for Series 11. Everything post the new Doctor Who logo, which I hadn't talked about mainly because they all were released in this kind of period when I wasn't really making videos. So I thought I'd clump it all together into this one video. I did do videos for the companions being announced, the 13th Doctor's costume, and the new logo. I'll leave links to all of those videos in the description, but today we're going to be talking about all the promotional material. Since then, everything we've been told about the series since then. So sit back and enjoy. The first thing after the logo were pictures of the new series. Now I actually quite like a lot of these pictures that have been released of the new series. Mainly I just really like the kind of feel from it. The feel of this series has been really weird to me, as I'll go on to talk about when I talk about the trailers and things. But if the feel is anything to go by from these pictures, then I'll be very happy. They're all very colourful, very vibrant, and that's what I kind of like about these. All of them have this kind of weird, wacky, adventurous nature to them. And there's like loads of random stuff, but it's all very colourful, which I hope. But I'm not sure if that's anything to go by the series, because if you look at something like Series 5, that wasn't that colourful. Everything was just dark blue. But the series itself is actually very fun, fairy tale-esque. So the pictures aren't always everything to go by in terms of what the feel is. Because if you went by the feel of Series 5 from the pictures and marketing, you would think it's probably a bit more darker than the rest of T Davies era. You know, definitely more spacey, but which it obviously was, but a bit more darker. You know, not as much fun. And obviously it was loads of fun. Series 5 is my favourite series of the new series, and probably of Doctor Who in general, mainly because I haven't seen all the classics, so I can't give a fair judgment on that, but definitely of the new series, Series 5 is definitely my favourite series of the new series, and it's very fun. And going by these pictures, it looks like it's going to be fun, but like I said, you can't always take what the series is going to look like just from the promotional pictures. But going by these, it's set to look for a very fun, colourful, adventurous series. Now we move to the initial teaser that they released during the halftime of the World Cup final. I was watching the World Cup final anyway. I was watching halftime, but I was waiting for this. I was expecting it to be a trailer, and what we got was very disappointing. The thing is that there's nothing in this teaser to really excite you. All it is just some random, mundane, everyday Earth characters doing their things. Then all of a sudden, this person runs around like the Flash and steals them and plays little pranks, and then it's revealed to be the Doctor, which, first of all, that confuses me. Why is the Doctor running around like the Flash? The Doctor can't manipulate time. The Doctor doesn't have time-based abilities like a hero. The Doctor just simply can travel through time through the TARDIS. I know the Doctor's a Time Lord, but the Time Lords don't have the natural abilities to tamper with time. They have equipment that they use. Therefore, that doesn't really make sense. I think it's a really bit boring, and there is nothing in this teaser to say that it is Doctor Who. Nothing. Which is going to be a common theme throughout the other marketing bits, which I'll talk about. It seems that Chris Chibnall doesn't want to mention to you that it's Doctor Who, which may seem strange. Not even like the sound of the TARDIS, even. Nothing recognisable. And the thing is, this is really bland. And to me, if I was a casual viewer, I haven't seen Doctor Who before, or I stopped watching Doctor Who, I'm watching that World Cup final. This isn't going to convince me to watch Doctor Who. We move on to the actual trailer that they first released at San Diego Comic-Con. Now, the placing at San Diego Comic-Con felt weird to me, because surely your full trailer you want everyone to watch, even people who aren't a fan. You'd put where people who aren't fans would watch it, i.e. in halftime of the World Cup final, and not at Comic-Con where it's only people who are fans are going to see this trailer. That just seems odd to me, that placement. This trailer was much better. I'll just go to say it now, and this is for all of the trailers that we've had. The cinematography is a massive step up. Now, the direction through Doctor Who, in the Moffat era in particular, was always brilliant. It always looked good, definitely compared to the Russ T Davies era. And in particular, people like Rachel Talalay in Capaldi's era really made it look really good. And then you had Series 7, where the episodes were supposed to look like a blockbuster film, and they always looked really good. But this is even more of a step up. I think it looks brilliant, and it does look like a movie. And I really like some of the places we're going to, you know, some of the planets. There's this planet with just a green sky, which goes a long way, you know. It may just seem like a quarry or something, but when you have the green sky, it goes a long way to say that it's an alien planet. And yeah, I like that. It reminds me definitely of classic Who, and something weird and wacky, something from the classic series that I don't really think we have actually seen in New Who, is the weird and wacky planets that weren't too much like Earth, which I think has been a lack for in New Doctor Who, and I think it would be nice to see a return to that. Although the problem is with this trailer, is all it is just Jodie Whittaker saying random stuff, and just landscapes, places that we're going to be visiting that we don't know what they are. You only see gradual shots of the companions, and that's about it. Now, obviously, like I said, the cinematography looks brilliant, but, you know, you want to see more. You know, you look at the Series 5 trailer. Everything in that it just shows you the series brilliantly. It looks really, really good. It shows you monsters, shows you different places, it shows the Doctor, it shows the companion, and it shows different people that you're meeting. So it definitely gets you excited for this new series. I think it's the same talking about the initial teaser. The Series 5 initial teaser features the Doctor speaking, it features Amy the companion speaking about things, so you get a good bit with them, and then they fall into this vortex. It feels very fun, and you see different shots of different villains that you'll be seeing. The Daleks, the Smilers, and the Weeping Angels, and that ends with the Doctor giving a very nice message, a kind of ad-lib of what he would say in the 11th hour, you know, everything that ever was, where do you want to start? A kind of altered version of that, and that feels really fun. It really gives you a vibe for the series. The initial teaser didn't do that, and so is this first trailer. All it is just showing you the Doctor and places where you already knew Jodie Whittaker was the Doctor. You know, show us some more of the companion. No returning monsters. Chibnall has gone on record to say no returning monsters in this series, which does strike me as odd. Sure, you have to have one, and shocked if the Daleks won't be there, because they're contractually obliged to appear in every series. But even like this, a small silhouette of a monster that we may be seeing right at the end would have done me. But that first trailer did nothing for me. While I can appreciate the cinematography is good, nothing else really got me excited. Now we move on to this kind of, I think it's breaking the glass ceiling kind of. It's just this roof. It all shatters, and then it goes to a shot of the Doctor and says, "Whoops." Now the track used in this is a track called Glorious. I'm not sure who it's by, but my friend Arthur knows more about this than me. But yeah, it's this track Glorious. And it just strikes me as odd why they're using pop music in this, because we know that that won't be in the actual series. We've already had the composer announced, Sega Nakanola, which, I mean, I like Marigold, but it was nice to have a bit of a change. I haven't listened to anything that Sega Nakanola has composed, but hopefully he gives it a new vibe to the series. So we already know there's a composer there, so why are you using pop music? It just strikes me as odd. Now I will say that the song Glorious, they use it again in the second trailer. It works so much better here. I will say that because this is a nothing teaser, this scene is only being used for this bit, then the pop music works quite well, I'll say. It does work quite well in this one. And Jodie Whittaker's whoops expression is kind of a very Doctor thing to say, very like Matt Smith-esque. So that was nice. But the slogan, "It's about time," irritates me. Now, on first thing, I just thought, oh yeah, it's about time because the series hasn't arrived. But actually looking into it deeper, it's obviously supposed to be parodying "It's about time," like people are saying, it's about time for a female Doctor. And it strikes me as odd why the series is trying to promote itself making a casting choice that wasn't made beforehand. It strikes me as odd why the show itself is saying it's time for a female Doctor. Why, you know, other people can say it, fans can say it, even, you know, Chris Chibnall could say it, but Chris Chibnall hasn't said it, but even he could say it in a sense. But you don't want the show putting that slogan in their trailers, because it is just, no. You know, we've had a female Doctor for over a year now, we've known about this. You're just trying to you know, trying to antagonise these fans that, you know, if people didn't like the idea of a female Doctor and they were to stop watching the show, they've already gone, they made their choice. Why are you trying to, you know, still trying to antagonise these people? Because I don't understand why it's in there. And I don't know why they put that line in there. Sure, the marketing team isn't always working with the people who runs the show, so maybe this isn't what the show will be at all. It won't have any instance of, like, it's about time and stuff in the actual show, and that's just what the marketing team thought it would be a good thing to put in. But I'm not very happy that it's in there, and it definitely looks bad from my point of view. And finally we have the second trailer, and this one I'm not a... Glorious is used again. It feels really out of place here. By the start of the trailer you have that little bit and there's this Doctor Who official trailer, like it's trying to be a movie. But it's not a movie, you know? So that bit strikes me as odd. But the song Glorious really, I don't like it used in here, because it's really hard to get a feel with the series, because this is all we hear is Glorious, and that isn't going to be in the show, and this is the final trailer. So I still don't know what the feel is, you know, what the music's going to be, because they keep using this song, and, you know, my friend said it was a feminist song. I don't know enough about that song to say if that's true, I don't know. But if it is, it all just seems really unsubtle, and just really odd for them to keep on doing this. I don't know why. But yeah, in terms of the actual trailer itself, good. You know, she looks good. She says some doctorly lines. You know, like she said, "Doctor, when people ask for help, I never refuse." Not sure what David Tennant would say to that.
I've had my time.
Well, exactly. Look at you. Not remotely important. But me? I could do so much more! So much more!
There's very doctorly things to say. I'm still not sure about her as the Doctor. Like, I know, obviously you need to see her in action which is probably what it is, but it just feels odd her saying the lines. I don't know whether it's her delivery or something, but just there's something that feels very strange about it, which I'm not sure about, but I'm sure that will be fine as soon as you see her in an actual episode. I'm sure she will be great, but something feels quite odd. Again, we just see landscapes in this, we see a bit more of the companions, not much though, and it's just all landscapes again, and there's no instance of the TARDIS, no nothing. This all strikes me as really strange. Why aren't they putting Doctor Who elements in this? It doesn't feel like Doctor Who to me. It feels like Chris Chibnall is trying to make it so unlike Doctor Who that people will watch it. This strikes me as odd. It's not 2005. Doctor Who has been on our screens for the past 13 years, People know what Doctor Who is. Why do you trying to shield them from the truth? Because this is Doctor Who, why not put the TARDIS in there? Why not show a couple of monsters? No, it strikes me really as odd why Chris Chibnall or the marketing team, they just don't want to put Doctor Who elements in this. They don't want to show people that it's Doctor Who. I don't know why, because it is Doctor Who. And the minute that the episode starts, people are gonna know. So why shield them from a truth? Sure, you should be trying to get people to watch Doctor Who, not trying to convince them it's not Doctor Who so they'll watch it. Because if that's what you're doing, what faith do you have in this programme you're show running? This even goes to the point where there'll be no opening titles in the first episode. Like, what is all that about? Like, come on, we have new opening titles. They have to be in the first episode. Who wants none? Just to try and get people in and convince them that it's not like it was. But you can only do that to a point. Look at 2010. Stephen Moffat brought Matt Smith's Doctor Who, which was still very different to Russell T Davies, but it was still fundamentally Doctor Who. He didn't try and shield people from Doctor Who. And I think because the Moffat era and recent years of Doctor Who has been seen as a failure in terms of ratings, the BBC even came out and said that Peter Capaldi isn't universally loved, which is just wrong. No, I wasn't the biggest fan of Peter Capaldi's Doctor, not because of Peter Capaldi himself, but because of the writing of his Doctor and his inconsistencies. But to say that he's not universally loved, why do you say that about your lead character? That even Doctor Who himself are trying to, convince you how good this is by stamping on what came before. I wasn't a big fan of the Capaldi era. I thought the stories were pretty crap towards the end. But, you don't publicly say that. You publicly, as a show, you don't go and say, though, what the series last year was rubbish. Because you don't, and the BBC controller saying that the Doctor has lost the daffiness and idiosyncrasies of her previous predecessors. What's that supposed to say? The daffiness and the idiosyncrasies of the Doctor, it's why we love the Doctor so much. It's fundamental to the character, and what I see of Jodie Whittaker in these trailers, it certainly doesn't look like that. Why are you trying to stamp on the legacy of Doctor Who to convince people to watch that very same show? Because you're only setting them up to disappointment, and you're only going to lose viewers because of that. That's that trailer. I'd like to talk about moving Doctor Who to a Sunday. Yep, Doctor Who's on a Sunday now, not a Saturday. Now I can see why they've done this in terms of ratings, get a solid slot, because I remember in Series 10, one time it was at 8 o'clock, one time it was at 6 o'clock. It was really jarring and confusing. But I think Sunday is kind of the wrong move. Most people say it's a good thing because they get that solid thing. But Sunday, is that really the time for Doctor Who? Maybe you say, well, it's perfect, it's prime drama time. Look at things like Bodyguard. That has got really good views. But Doctor Who isn't Bodyguard. Doctor Who isn't one of these hard-hitting dramas. And if you think Doctor Who is, then you kind of need to check what show you're watching. Doctor Who is a drama, yes, but it's far more than that. It's science fiction, it's fantasy, it's an adventure. It's a kids show as much as it is an adult show. It's for every single demographic. And I think that's why I take so much issue with it being on a Sunday. Because, I got into Doctor Who, where my parents had just watched Strictly Come Dancing, they wondered what to watch, and they're flicking through channels, and we stopped on Doctor Who. I watched The Girl Who Waited, and I was hooked since then. But you see, had that been a Sunday, I was 7, I would have been asleep. I would have never found Doctor Who. And I kind of think, you know, they're trying to appeal to more of the younger demographic again, then put on an ideal time slot and not one that they probably won't be able to see. Because if kids have to watch Doctor Who on Monday on demand every single night, then they're not going to watch it, they're not going to find it, you're not going to get any new fans on board. I may seem more negative than I actually am, but I just kind of feel that Saturday is a tradition with Doctor Who. And people say, well, yeah, the Peter Davison era was midweek, but that was the Peter Davison era. For the revival of Doctor Who has always been on a Saturday. And I feel that it'll just be a bit weird on Sunday. Now, I'm not saying I'm going to stop watching the show because it's on a Sunday. I think anyone who does that is kind of stupid, really. Like, on a Sunday, does it really make a difference to whether you watch the show or not? But I just would rather it been on a Saturday, I know, because of the view figures, but why not do it on a Friday? What good TV from the BBC is on a Friday? I can't think of anything. Then kids can stay up late on a Friday and you've got new viewing figures. You know, it'll still feel like a Saturday, because now my Fridays are starting to feel more like my old Saturdays. So for me, it would be ideal to have it on a Friday. Sunday just feels a bit odd to me. But yeah, those are my thoughts. I don't get hyped for Series 11 because of all this, all the advertising. You know? I think that, sure, not showing much avoid spoilers, but I think it's hard to get a feel. I'm still worried that there'll be a load of feminist stuff in there. You know, SJW stuff hitting you on the head. You know, there's no subtlety. And because they're not showing you anything, the rumours are very hard to be easy to believe. You know, that every episode will have an SJW message behind it. That may not be true, and it most likely isn't true. But because this series isn't giving me much in terms of advertising, I've got nothing to hit that on the head and say, with evidence, and say that's not going to be in it. And I won't know until I've seen the first episode. I know there were things I'm really excited for. Mostly, I hope there were very good stories. Something in the Capaldi era, there was more kind of bad stories than good, I kind of felt. The writing was kind of poor. So I hope that we get a return with more, you know, good written stories. That's what I'm hoping for. But I can't get hyped because there are still things that I'm worried on, and they're kind of equal to the things I'm excited for. So I will be a bit cautious when I'm going in to watch episode 1 of Series 11, because you just don't know. You know, I'm sure it'll be brilliant, but I don't know, because the marketing hasn't given me anything to be excited for, and it hasn't given me any evidence to knock these rumours on the head. But they did release a synopsis and an episode title for the first 2 episodes. The new issue of Doctor Who magazine, the Series 11 preview issue. And the first episode is called The Woman Who Fell to Earth, written by Chris Chibnall. Now the synopsis is, the 13th Doctor is about to join forces with a new cast of characters. Together they will challenge a ruthless alien threat over the course of an extraordinary action-packed night in Sheffield. Now the title I'm not sure on, mainly because it says the woman thing. I'd rather the gender wasn't really brought up. It feels no need to be brought up. The Doctor's a woman, we know. You know? But we don't need to be hit on the head with it. There's no need to bring it up. Maybe the Doctor might say it a couple of times in the first episode. I don't mind that. But the characters are new characters. They only know the Doctor is a woman. Therefore, there's no real need to bring it up. But I am quite happy it's kind of like a run around Sheffield with these new group of characters. And I like that, because my favourite episode of the revival is Matt Smith's first episode, the 11th Hour. I love that episode. And, you know, this kind of feels a bit like that, which I am kind of hoping for. I think that would be really nice. In terms of what they've given me in this, I am quite excited for this episode. The second episode is The Ghost Monument, written again by Chris Chibnall. In the second episode of the new series, the search for the mysterious ghost monument takes Doctor and her friends far away from Sheffield. Now, I like this one again because it kind of feels a bit spooky, a bit ghosty. Obviously, it's called The Ghost Monument. But I think it would be really interesting in something new that we haven't really had for a very long while. I hope it's a bit gothic like season 13 Tom Baker Doctor Who, and that would be nice. But I think what I'm hoping for is just a very refreshing story, and this certainly seems like it. So overall, I'm in a middle ground with this new series. I can't get hyped, I'm really excited, but I'm very cautious. The marketing, I think, has been iffy, the pictures have been really good, but all the, the video material, the trailers, the teasers, they haven't been good and they haven't got me excited. But I still hope the series will be good, and I think it will be. And, I'll join everyone on the first Sunday of October to watch The Woman Who Fell to Earth on BBC One. Now, I also will be doing reviews for all episodes of Series 11, so stay tuned for those. If you've enjoyed this video, then please leave a like and hit subscribe. And thank you guys for watching, and of course, goodbye.